So after a successful drive up and down the street, steering is fine, stopping not so fine. Here's the disc. It's on the drive train, it's on the differential, and it's got a little disc brake here thing. So I've got it a little bit off now. I don't know if I need new pads or what the hell's going on with this thing. So let's see what we got here. Oh man, that's big fat meat. That's a big fat meaty brake pad. I bet it's frozen. See, this little arm doesn't move. So it's kind of seized here in this little housing, which is why I didn't have brakes. I'm scooting on down the street and almost ran into something. So I'm going to pull this drum off, take a look at the back side of the rotor. Did I just call it a drum? I'm going to pull this rotor off. I brought a puller out and take a look at the back side of it, clean up this rust, get this caliper to keep moving properly, and maybe we'll have some stopping power. Yippee! Comes off. Puller popped. There it goes. And let's see what this sucker looks like. Oh, that's big fat brakes. Alright, coolio. Looks like this disc just floats on the output shaft there, and it only compresses on the one side of the caliper. I suppose I could look up instructions on this, but what fun would that be? Trying to find a manual. I like to fly by the seat of my pants. From what it looks like, when this thing is properly compressing, it pushes on this side of the rotor, which pushes it against this, because this is a fixed back. So this thing needs to slide on this shaft, which, judging by the rust, it hasn't done that in ages. Yeah, look what else I did too. I'm gonna have to put this it was a little stuck on there. So that's one of the drawbacks of using this type of pulleys. I just warped the shit out of this rotor. Daggone it. Oh well, that's what a big hammer's for. We'll get her flat again. We took the caliper apart. Caliper. These two little posts here are supposed to be what pushes the pad into the rotor, but these are stuck. Can't even move it. These are steel, the casing is aluminum, so I only imagine they're stuck in there pretty good. It may take a little heat. Oh yeah, and I still gotta beat the crap out of that thing. Oh well, that's what a hammer's for. Couple of creative whacks with the hammer, and it lays nice and flat. Lays nice and flat. So that's good. I'm just going to sand this down to get all that gruff out of it. Put a little penetrating oil on those pins. Couple little penetrating oil. We'll see how that works here. Awesome. Super sweet. About 10 minutes of a good old-fashioned liquid wrench. The pins have come out, and they look like they're in pretty good shape. As I said, these are steel. That's aluminum. So I'm going to clean them out really good, put some anti-seize in there, and that'll put this all back together, and I should have brakes so I don't crash into parked cars. And then we'll have to go for a ride. Woohoo! Ride. A couple dollops of grease on that shaft. Hit this with a air sander. Those little die grinders, you know, little 3-inch sanding discs. Made it nice and shiny. I'll slide that bad boy on there. Got these pins to float freely. Where are we? Let me back up a little bit. Got these pins to float freely. These are the ones that press the pad. I'll show you how that goes together. So remembering to put the back pad in, of course. Aww. Take two. Remembering to put the back pad in. Oh, you suck. Okay, sometimes you need two hands. Back pad installed. Got the die grinder on this to get the rust off. It sets pretty flat actually now. It does alright. And then this does float. See, it just kind of floats on that shaft. So let's put the caliper back together. A little grease on the pins. I know it's a little much, but I'll wipe it after. Make sure you got the spacers. There's two spacers. There's this one and then these little guys. Got the pad in. I'm just going to reassemble it on here, but I do need two hands for this. There you go. All back together. Any part that moves has got a little dab of grease on it. And, well, I'm not a gymnast, so I can't can't apply the brake, but you get. So I'm breaking things here. Let me see. There you go. That's all you need. It works. The little plungers. Yay! So we're in neutral. Parking brake is set, and it works. Actually, I should jump on its own. Let me see. Press the brake. Nice. Roll. Ooh, skid to a stop now. Sick. And oh, that's awesome. That's so nice to be able to have brakes.